Welcome to Homestead Reptile. Today I'm breaking out the black acrylic paint, and if you don't know why, I'm going to give you a guess. So everyone has lost their ever-loving mind about this black gecko. So the first photos that were shown, the gecko did look kind of fake, but at this point the amount of proof this poor person has given everyone, the likelihood this gecko is real is high. So not in the crested gecko community, but the ball python community, there has been scams where people painted their snakes to make them think that they were a new morph. The red ball python is a very famous scam. You can go look it up. They use water paints to paint this animal to look more reddish. But that person only sent videos, and he only sent photos, and no one asked this breeder to wash their snakes. If they washed the snakes, the paint would have come off, and I'm going to show you this right here with this black paint. So I am another hobby I have is painting. So I work with watercolor, acrylic, oil paints, and I can tell you, unless this person did a very, very thick layer, and did a setting layer of a gloss paint to get it to look like that, even washing, this paint would come off very easily. It's almost dry, but you can see it's almost that same color as that gecko. But again, a gentle spritz with a water bottle, a gentle scrub with a paper towel, this paint comes off easy. And just for the amount of proof that this person has now given us, he's washed that poor little gecko's head, he scrubbed that poor little gecko. That gecko's not having a good time, and you guys all want an extreme amount of evidence that this gecko is real at this point. So those first photos did not look good. I think it was just the lighting and the way it was reflecting on the gecko's scales, but at this point, scrubbing that gecko with a paper towel was enough for me to say the likelihood that this gecko is real is high. This person would have to be basically a movie monster genius at this point to have this going this long. You can see it just comes off a wipe. I didn't use soap. I just used water. Lukewarm water from my gecko spray bottle, a paper towel, sweeps right off my hand. So at this point, for me, knowing a little bit about paint and being a painting hobbyist, I know at this point this gecko, the likelihood that this gecko is painted on is slim to none, because the paints that stick on your body longer and are more waterproof are more toxic. So we're going to look at Tiki's geckos because he has these videos. Okay, see right here? This person is washing that poor gecko. He's washed him, he's moistened him up, and he scrubbed that poor little guy's body. And this video really is what kind of convinced me that it's likely to be real. And the next upcoming video also makes me think real. And that wrinkling you see, so when I move my hand when paint is really dry and I have a thick layer, you'll see my natural skin color popping through any painted layers. And he has an example of his monitor, who is also hyper melanistic. But you can see this guy is scrubbing, and you saw what I did with my hand. This gecko is, at this point, I'm pretty convinced it is likely to be the real deal.